That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, say what you want about the state of Disney and all that kind of stuff, and I've certainly had a lot to say about it. But the reality is they still put out the biggest movies. I mean, you're looking at the billion-dollar films. I think they're exclusively Disney films the last little bit. I mean, you did Deadpool and Wolverine or Inside Out or whatever. But anyway, they're doing all right. But I think we all agree they haven't quite been firing on all the cylinders they were since 2019 pre-pandemic, right? A year in which, if I'm not mistaken, they had 6 billion-dollar films. Think about that. 6 billion-dollar films in 1 year. Well, they have been kind of having a little bit of a reemergence lately. And now Bob Iger is saying that he believes their film slate over the next year is the strongest film slate they've had since before the pandemic. This is written to us in the Hollywood Reporter. It says the following. Disney CEO Bob Iger says, your movie theater popcorn ready. On a Wednesday morning conference call with media analysts, Iger sung the praises of Disney's upcoming theatrical release calendar. And it is actually sounding pretty good. I have a lot of confidence that our upcoming slate, Iger said, he then pretty much listed all of them out individually. Iger said that he has personally seen the live-action Lilo and Stitch a few times and can endorse it wholeheartedly, adding, tracking is enormous. Yeah, that movie's going to do really well for them. Lilo and Stitch is headed for a 4-day domestic debut of $120 million. I'm going to guarantee you right now it's going to be higher than that. One of the best showings ever for Disney's live-action reimaginings, according to the sources with access to data from National Research Group. The film also gives ranges in addition to target number. In this case, it's 110 to 130 million. Other films that Iger singled out for having his attention over the next little bit and endorsement are Pixar's Elio, coming out in June. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, coming out in July. As well as Tron Ares, which looks way better than I possibly gave it credit for. I never thought that would actually look good. And it might be crap, but I got to admit it looks good. Anyway, Zootopia 2, Avatar 3, Fire and Ash, the Mandalorian movie, another Toy Story, and a live-action Moana is all coming. He says, well, in 2019, I think was our best year, the strongest I've seen since then. So Iger's, and listen again, Tron Ares, Zootopia 2, Avatar 3, Elio, Fantastic Four, Lilo and Stitch. It's a pretty good lineup.
I mean, doesn't also Doomsday fall into that within the next 18 months?
When Doomsday comes out in a year.
Yeah. Is that what they're alluding to with the Avengers film?
Oh, that's probably,
yeah,
sorry.
That's probably what it's alluded to. So, I mean, and listen, just through these, Lilo and Stitch definitely has $1 billion potential. I'm not saying it will get $1 billion, but it's definitely got $1 billion potential. I don't think Fantastic Four will, but Zootopia 2, absolute $1 billion potential. Avatar 3 has $2 billion potential. Then live action Moana, I don't know how that's going to go, but it's got $1 billion potential. Toy Story movies can make $1 billion. Mm-hmm. Again, maybe only half of them will. Mandalorian won't. But I mean,
but they should be able to cover their bills this next year.
Yeah, they should be all right. They won't hurt to pay rent on the Burbank lot.
Yeah.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can all relate to this. Spring hits and suddenly life goes from like 0 to 100. Busy season is officially in full swing over here. And honestly, who's got time to go grocery shopping? That's where Hungryroot comes in. See, because Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper. I told them my goals and they started curating groceries for me that actually fit my life. Be it smoothies, snacks, salad kits, even ready to eat meals. All clean ingredients, no artificial junk. This week, I got the grilled turkey tenderloin with pesto grilled veggies, and it was amazing. And I got my usual protein-packed snacks. It's like they're learning my taste better than I even know myself. And the best part is, I don't have to waste time driving to the grocery store and wandering the aisles. That's time I can spend doing literally absolutely anything else. Guys, I love Hungryroot. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. Anyway, Rob, you hear Bob Iger saying, listen, obviously 2016 was a banger, but this is our best year, or upcoming slate than we've had since prior to the pandemic. What do you think about him saying that? Do you agree with him? And which of these movies are standing out to you the most?
Well, it's sad that Elio and Fantastic Four are the only original or the only new movies that aren't based on franchises. But that said, look, I like the first Zootopia. I'm obviously a big Tron fan, having made a feature-length documentary about the original Tron. I love the fact that Nine Inch Nails is putting out this. They have a
And
they
how
scored
good
it.
does that music sound in the trailer?
Oh
Yeah.
my! And they have to top Daft Punk, which is that alone is amazing.
Tall order.
Tall order. I mean, and look, I'm not gonna lie, John. I love the Avatar movies. Call them Fern Gully in space. Call them what you want. They're always gobsmacking. The two of them are to me. I want to see the Mordor Na'vi. I want to see the Na'vi that have forsaken Iowa. I'm in. Count me in. I mean, I'm going to go to that theater with bells on and probably see that shit in IMAX 3D dozens of times. I don't care. I don't care what you say. But I think that this is an exciting lineup for Disney. Because what is Disney supposed to do? Deliver populist entertainment to people that love Disney. They're doing exactly that. It's not going to be half-assed. Everyone's going all in. Avatar 3 was supposed to come out a year ago. So
Originally, yeah.
Yeah, and it's because it took so long to render a long 3D movie like this, so they gave it the time, which was smart. He also didn't mention what 20th Century Studios has coming, which is Predator, the animated Predator film, which apparently is finished and everyone
Killer of
loved
Killers.
it. Yeah, Killer of Killers, and you've got Predator Badlands.
Badlands.
And that's part of
That
Disney.
looks really good.
I mean, I think Bob Iger, 20th Century Studios does fall under its purview. You
Yeah.
got the quiet king of franchises, Steve Asbell over there doing great work. So that too. So they've got it's a great lineup. What's not to love?
Chris, he's
Did I mention
saying,
Avatar?
You mentioned
You may
Avatar.
have.
You did mention Sci-Fi Fern Gully, yes.
Iger is saying that this is the best lineup they've had since 2019. Do you agree with his assessment when you look at this lineup? I mean, it's hard to say when we haven't seen the movies yet, but as
Exactly.
far as potential goes, and which of these movies are standing out to you the most?
There's a lot of potential here, and I don't doubt Iger believing that this is the best lineup, because this also supports what he said back in 2004 of how the future of Disney, particularly the parks themselves, do not lie in original stories, but in IP and leveraging IP. And that is what this slate is all about, leveraging the IP that they already have, sequels, remakes, etc. So I would hope that this pays off for him. That being said, I am reluctantly very excited about Tron. I was not thrilled about that movie. You guys know Jared Leto is not one of my favorite actors. I don't enjoy him. And watching that trailer, I was like, oh, damn it, this looks so good. This looks so rad. And then obviously Lilo and Stitch looks so, so delightful. And that movie is going to make all the money. It's a really promising slate. We do have a few original things in there, Elio, which I hope some of the newer trailers get me more excited about that,
Me
because I
too.
love Pixar,
Yeah.
but that last one just
I'm
didn't
not
really
super
move
ready
it.
for that one yet.
Yeah, and that is just the one little bummer note for me is, gosh, I wish there was some other new and exciting stuff, not based on anything at all in here,
Yeah.
that I went, ooh, I'm really excited because I don't know what that is. I want to go into the unknown, to borrow some other Disney IP.
Hey.
But I all in all like this, and I think it should prove to be a lucrative year for them. But it does feel a little safe.
To play the devil's advocate a little bit, though, to play the devil's advocate a bit, in a certain stretch, Disney put out several very original films, particularly in animation. Turning Red, which I think is a masterpiece.
Great movie.
Luca,
It's okay.
Soul.
Soul
Great.
was awesome.
Soul, right?
Soul was so good.
But it wasn't until they came out with Inside Out 2 that they made $1 billion.
Yeah.
So it's not like Disney hasn't. I mean, they went through a stretch where they did almost nothing but originals for about a year and a half there, 2 years, where there was just original. And not a lot of them hit it. I mean, some of them were excellent quality,
Yeah.
but not a lot. Like, God, even Elemental, which I think
Is incredible.
That
it
was-
is such a good movie.
Yeah, that was its
So
return
good.
to making great original, like in theaters. It should have done better.
Right?
It should have been
But
so much
even
better.
that, even though it started with a very small opening weekend and everybody thought it would flop, it got close to $500 million just because of word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's so good. But when they made a sequel, that's when they made $1 billion, right? So in Disney's, I say devil's advocate a little bit here. You can say, hey, listen, we've listened to the fans. The fans have told us what they
Sure.
really want to go to the theaters to see is this. But hopefully things like Elio can take off, and every
Yeah.
once in a while they keep peppering in these things. Because listen, even if they're IP and franchise obsessed, you got to put out originals to have new, because you got to have new IP. You have to
Exactly.
have new franchises. So they can't do that without these things.
And I understand it too. Post pandemic, I mean, we still are recovering financially. All these studios are still trying to get their footing.
Yeah.
The pandemic, the multiple strikes, everything. So I totally understand doing the quote unquote safe thing so that you can live another day and create more films and everything. It's a really, really fine line that these executives have to walk, you know? And I do ultimately give them quite a bit of credit, because it's really hard to go, hey, we're going to light this, we're not going to light that, in hopes of being able to keep your studio moving forward. That's a
Well,
rough job.
What Disney announced today, the subscriber numbers for Disney Plus
Up.
are way up.
Yeah, way
They're
up.
they're building a new park. Is it going to be in Dubai or the UAE?
Abu Dhabi, is that what I
It's
heard?
Abu Dhabi?
I don't know if that's right or not. But
One
yeah.
of the I mean, that's insane as well. They haven't built a new park in a long time. That must mean they've got, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. So, you know, Disney, I guess, is on the upswing. And here's the thing. Don't we want to see good movies? Like,
No.
I know that I will
No.
have a satisfying experience with Avatar Fire and Ash. And I know that I think I'm going to have a good experience with Tron Ares. So I want that. I mean, I don't want Disney to fail. I want them to make great stuff. And it looks like at least there's, I never thought I'd be interested in seeing Lilo and Stitch as much as I am.
We're
But I
gonna
really want to
get
see that.
Mai Tais. We're gonna be business drunk.
And
So
I-
we great.
We should get wasted.
For what?
Yeah, for
what?
Lilo and Stitch.
for this,
Oh.
but
I
I
could
feel the
listen to the
same way
show.
about Tron.
Nah.
I, like me, it's like I wasn't. What was the last Tron movie called again?
Legacy.
Legacy.
Frankly, I didn't think Tron Legacy was all that good.
Looked beautiful.
It
Had
looked
great
beautiful,
soundtrack.
The soundtrack was great.
Got some
Story
Hot
was
Toys
like whatever.
And so I'm like, yeah, they're making another
are
one.
probably awesome.
And then that trailer came out. I'm like, that music is killer. And if this tone of the trailer reflects
Psych.
the tone of the movie, I'm not saying it will be good.
Yeah.
Because I still have my doubts. But it
Could
looks
be.
way better than I thought it
It's like-
would.
Getting a new Nine Inch Nails
Dude,
album because of it.
it's new, but it's like throwback Nine Inch Nails. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Bob Iger saying, listen, our upcoming slate at Disney is the best we've had since 2019, a year when they had, I believe it was $6 billion films in 1 year. Do you agree with him that this looks like it could be the best they've had in a while? And if so, which of the movies that he listed off are standing out to you the most? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.